What's the biggest need for Syracuse basketball this offseason? You guys voted.
You are Locked On Syracuse, your daily podcast on the Syracuse Orange, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome, everyone, into the Locked On Syracuse podcast. I'm Jackson Holzer, and thank you for making us your first listen of the day, your team every day here on the Locked On Podcast Network. And for Poll Friday this week, the question was, what's the biggest need for Syracuse basketball this offseason? And I listed three choices. We had center/size, shooting, and depth. And you guys voted. There were 365 votes. And the winner with 73% was center/size. Honestly, I thought it would be a little bit closer with shooting. But at the end of the day, I kind of understand where everyone's coming from because I also happen to agree with you that center or just size in general is really what this team needs. Considering that I did the podcast today where I talked about how I would like Syracuse to be able to rebound the basketball next year. And quite frankly, this team can't rebound. The last 5 years, they are bottom third every year in the conference in rebounding margin. And this season, they were dead last. So it's no wonder that I think everyone would like to see more size in this lineup next season. I love Malik Brown, but we don't want him starting at center. It's just not, he's 6'8", right? So at the end of the day, you guys voted on that. Who are some guys that Syracuse can go after in the transfer portal that can help solve that need? Well, first of all, let's look in-house. Naheem McLeod will come back from injury in all likelihood, but he's more of a backup. And they have Donnie Freeman coming in, who's a 5-star power forward, but at the same time, he's a freshman. We don't know. So here's the good news. 3 of the top 4 transfers right now on On3 are centers. Can you believe it? In the one off season where we desperately need help with size or just a true center in general that can really start and play 25 to 30 minutes a night, they're available. The number 1 transfer is a guy from Stanford. He's 7'1". I've discussed him a little. His name is Maxime Raynaud. All Pac-12 this season. And guys, remember that Stanford is coming into the ACC next year. And assuming he doesn't transfer within the conference, this is probably someone that Syracuse isn't going to have to deal with. But it would be nice if he's on our team. Maxime Raynaud shot 36% from the three-point line last season. He's 7'1". It's no wonder why he's the number 1 transfer rank right now. He's perfect for what this team needs because in second place was shooting as biggest need. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone if you get Raynaud on this team next year. He is the number 1 transfer for a reason, and he should be the number 1 target for Syracuse. I don't care how. They have to try to figure out a way to land this kid. This episode is brought to you by the spring cleaning champions, Manscaped. This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Clear out that winter bush with Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence bloom like the springtime flowers. Embrace the season. Enjoy the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our special offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code LOCKEDON for 20% off plus free shipping. Introducing the season's champ, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Their 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. It also features dual LED spotlights to guide you through the darkest winter debris. Navigate with confidence in your delicate areas. Hate making a mess? Not to worry, this bad boy is waterproof. Shave in the shower, in the bath, or in the ocean. I love this thing because it comes with a compact case. I take it with me everywhere I go. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code LOCKEDON at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code LOCKEDON at manscaped.com. Nothing like a little spring cleaning in your pants. This week's March Madness Bracket Highlight is brought to you by our friends at Nissan. Each week, we're picking one team that stands out, a team that's pushed it further than the rest. Just like any of the all-new 2024 Nissan SUVs, these guys were able to take it to the next level. The Michigan State Spartans can only be described as a Pathfinder. They've been thrilling to watch and have really created a lane for themselves after knocking off Mississippi State in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Many questioned if they deserved a spot in the big dance, and they find themselves dancing in the second round. Take the Nissan Rogue, Nissan Pathfinder, or Nissan Armada and go find your next big adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. Good news is, like I said, 3 of the top 4 transfers are big men. Another one is Brandon Garrison from Oklahoma State. He's a former 4-star recruit. He started 29 of 32 games for Oklahoma State last season. Definitely would help. Again, another guy that would certainly help. And then recently, Clifford Omoruyi from Rutgers entered his name into the transfer portal as the number 2 ranked overall transfer. 2023 All Big Ten, 2-time Big Ten All Defensive Team member. Is that not what this team could also use? They might not be as complete players, Garrison and Omoruyi, as maybe Raynaud is. But still, you're getting a quality big man with either of those 2 options. I think that if Syracuse has one of those guys at center next year, they would easily be upper half of the ACC again, honestly. And to put a little things into perspective here, those 3 guys that I just mentioned, and we'll get to the 4th in a second, are all better than where Jesse Edwards was ranked in the transfer portal last season. Take that as you will. But that's how good those 3 players are. And finally, another target for you guys. I think I can make an entire podcast on all the possible center targets. This is just brief, right? Tarris Reed from Michigan. He's the number 12 ranked transfer right now. Also a center. Averaged 9 points and 7 rebounds in his sophomore season. He's a former 4-star recruit. He's not going to stretch the floor. But again, quality big men for this team. Absolutely essential. Again, this is Poll Friday. You guys voted that this team needs a center and size desperately. So I'm here it is. Here are the options for you guys. It's a very center-rich transfer portal. There is no excuse why Syracuse can't land a big fish this offseason. Last year they did. It was J.J. Starling that was a guard. Starling was one of the best transfers in the class. And this season, they need to do the same thing, but it needs to be a big man. We're all in agreement on that one. Of course, it wouldn't help, or of course, it would help to also get a guy with shooting like Raynaud, but any of the other 3 big men would certainly help this team for next season. All right, That's it for Poll Friday. Remember, every Friday at 6 o'clock from now on, I will be dropping a special 10 to 12 minutes going over a poll that I will release on Twitter on Monday. I'll have it pinned. If you want to find those polls, it'll be on at @LO_Syracuse on Twitter. That's where you can vote. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you like that, click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.